Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing great today and thanks for joining me for a few minutes on this day. In this video, I'll be speedrunning the seed leap. I took this idea from a video from Couriway and he took it from another YouTuber. But when I saw that video, I thought, yeah, I'll give this a try. I never expected this to take me so long as it did, but here it is. Leap, take it away. Here we are about to speedrun my username seed. The seed is leap, all caps except for the last letter, and that's just because it was the best seed I could find using my username. The seed is pretty good for speedrunning. It has a lot of structures, but it's not so straightforward as you may think. The first one is right here, is this ruin portal. The ruin portal is no good at all, but what is good is the loot, especially for this golden pickaxe. Having a golden pickaxe at the beginning of the run allowed me to get stone without needing to get wood, and in fact, during the entire run, at no point I have to cut down a tree to get wood. The sticks, I get them from these dead bushes, and you can see that there is a village right there in the distance, and from there I will get a crafting table, all the beds that I will need for the run, and a few breads. This village also has a little secret inside. Something that is funny about the way I loot this village is that you will never see me go through the same door twice. I mean, if I go into a house using a door, I will make a hole in the wall just to get out. And if I use a wall to get in, I will use a door to get out. Like here, for example, I break this wall to get in and then go out from this door. And in this house is the opposite. Also in this chest is the rest of the food that I will get. And then we have this last house that has two beds before we go to the little secret. And that little secret is actually a desert temple that's right in the middle of the village. You can see it right there. Maybe you figured it out. There it is, the desert temple. This desert temple has enough iron for me to craft a bucket and a pickaxe. And since I already have the fire charges from the ruin portal, I don't need a flint and steel. This desert temple was the first moment in which the run could potentially end. Sometimes when I got in, there were some mobs, a creeper that blew everything up, and whoa, I almost crafted a hoe there. And yeah, some mobs that just made it impossible for me to get out of that temple. Now we have to get out of this village. I will go through two more houses just to grab the beds, breaking the walls of course. And my inventory, you will see that it's very organized. I have this block of sand in my hand that I will place right here. I'll leave an empty space for some stone that I'm gonna grab later. This MLG, I think I nailed it 80% of the time, so that's another moment where the run could potentially end. And now we do some mining, which is pretty rare in a speedrun. I have to find a lava pool, but I don't go straight for the lava pool here. I go straight into bedrock, and that is to grab some diamonds, because in the nether I will be mining obsidian. That's not strictly necessary, but it allowed the run to be a little bit consistent, a little bit more consistent, because I didn't have to rely so much on piglin bartering. Since I already have the obsidian, the only thing I cared about was the pearls. And now, in comparison to my first attempts in this run, I am about 1 minute faster. I just replayed the overworld so much that I was able to cut down a full minute of it. Here I replaced the water for lava, and in the nether it's better to have lava in your bucket because water is practically useless. And now at 3 minutes 30, I'm going into the nether. I spawn at the bottom of this ravine thing, and the spawn is not too good, but it has these gold blocks. I did the math, and since I have to exit the nether with 9 ender pearls, with 32 gold ingots, which is what I usually end up having, I have a 50-50 chance of getting that amount of pearls or more. So every bit of gold matters. Here I am just gonna scatter some gold in case some piglins wanna come and attack me while I'm mining this. But in this run, I think that there were no piglins close enough to get mad at me for breaking the blocks. Just this hoglin. So I get out of this hole, grab this gold, and start running. You can see here on my left, there's a fortress. We're not going there yet because I prefer to do the bartering first, just in case I get a fire rest that makes fighting the blazes a lot easier. Where we are going now is to the ruined portal, where we'll be collecting all the obsidian we need. I checked there because if there's piglins down there, it makes the whole process a lot faster. Usually I have to mine the obsidians and then do the bartering, but if there were piglins here, I could do them simultaneously, and that shaved like a full minute or two off the run, which is pretty considerable if I wanted to do it in less than 15 minutes. Here I just took my armor off. I wanted the piglins to get mad and fall into my hole, and you can see that there is a blue mushroom to my right, and that's why the hoglin didn't follow me. And while this guy strayed, I'm gonna mine a little bit more gold, because the more the better. And then we'll go to the part of mining the actual obsidian. Another thing that makes this seed pretty good for speedrunning, apart of the fact that it has a lot of structures, is that from the point where I entered the nether to the point where I have to exit it, there's a pretty straight path that goes through this ruined portal and through the blaze spawner. So I don't have to waste time zigzagging around. And that's also why having these piglins right here is a huge time save, because otherwise I would have to look for them, and that could throw me off the path. Now there's that gold block that I need to mine, and that will be all the gold that I'll be trading with the piglins. And after that, I have to start mining the obsidian. It's a process that takes about 1.5 minutes, because I have to mine 8 obsidian, because in the chest that's right below me there are 2 obsidians and a few golden carrots. You can see me take it right here, I think. No? Okay. So I start mining. No, never mind. I go pick up the obsidian, and I have to mine 8 most of the time. Sometimes I mine just 7, because I hope that the piglins would give me one, and most of the time they did. And they were very cooperative this time. You can see that they already gave me 2, so at this moment I have 5. I'm going to mine this block right here and the one next. And then I check the piglins to see if they have given me anything useful. I usually mine 3 obsidian and check on the piglins, and they then go back to mining. But now when I go to check the piglins, I see that I have all the obsidian I need. I have 8 ender pearls also, and I need 9, but there's a chance that I can get 1 ender pearl after the blaze fight. So at this moment I'm debating if I should just go, and I see that they stopped trading, so there's nothing much for me to do here. I pick up my crafting table and do some inventory management. Very poor inventory management, because I keep picking up the stuff I'm throwing out. I move to another location and do it all over again. And now I have to go to the blaze spawner, which is down there. There's a big hole to get down. I pick some of the stuff I threw out again. And I have, I think, 2 or 3 fire rests. So for the blaze fight, I should be alright. Now the lava bucket came in handy. That's why you usually want to have a lava bucket in your hand, because hoglins have a long range, and the easiest way to kill them is with a lava bucket. I mine 1 block, and there's the blaze spawner. I built this little wall in case some wither wants to attack me, because many runs ended up with me being killed by a wither right here, or by a blaze if I didn't have fire rest. Right now I'm doing some basic speedrunning tactics. Removing the blocks from around the spawner increases the amount of blazes that spawn each time. I'm not sure if it increases the ratio of spawning, but I'm sure that it increases the amount. Drop rates in this run were pretty average at best. Right now I'm 2 for 3, and with this one I'm 3 for 4, which is pretty good. But as we keep going, you will see that the regression to the mean starts to show up. When I was doing this run, at this moment I was thinking, I'm not in the best pace. I got hit quite hard there, because at 9 minutes in other attempts I was already on my way to build the exit portal, and in this attempt I had only 3 of the 5 rods I needed, and I still needed 1 more ender pearl. So I was a little bit afraid that this was not going to be a fast enough run. But this is the run I uploaded, so you know it's gonna get better at some point. I get my 4th rod right there. And at this point, I'm not sure how good I'm with rods. I think it's pretty 50-50 right now. And this is a waiting game at this moment. And I think I get the rod. Yeah, I got the 5th rod. Break my wall through the thickest part because I'm not good at speedrunning. Jump down here. And there's this blue forest right there, which is filled with enderman. And that's the way that I pretend to get my last ender pearl. I'm happy, you know, that this was the run that actually ended up being the good one, because I did all the different things that you could do in this run. Most of the time, when I got the pearls, I got them all from bartering. But now I saw these 2 enderman on top. I built a little hole in the wall because I had no boat to fight them, and this is the fastest way to do it. You just dig a hole, dig a hole, and start hitting them, and hope that they don't move too much. The first one drops the pearl, and I have to kill the second to get out. We are now almost 11 minutes into the run when I'm going to build the exit portal. That's 2 minutes slower than my best attempts. But here's another big time save of this seed, that if I build the portal right here, and which is pretty accessible, I will spawn inside the stronghold. I couldn't find a spot to spawn directly inside the portal room. I don't know if that's possible even, but that's okay because I still need 1 more chest that has an ender pearl. So spawning in the portal room wouldn't have been optimal. There's the ender pearl, and now I have to go digging down a little bit through a few doors. And here it is, the portal room. I blocked that up just in case there were some mobs that wanted to kill me, because some of my runs ended up right here with a skeleton shooting me into the lava. And I had to fill the portal. At this moment, my biggest concern was that I did not have any ender pearls. And usually for the end fight, what I do is I go to the center pillar, I build a little structure for the 1 cycle, and then I go about the distance of the towers and start towering up. So then when the dragon perches, I just can pearl in and do the 1 cycle. But since I did not have any ender pearls here, I was afraid I was not going to be able to get to the 1 cycle, and for that reason I was going to be a little bit closer. The closer you are to the center pillar, the less likely the dragon is to actually perch. So in this run that I knew that I was not going to be able to get very far from the pillar, I was afraid that the dragon may take too long to perch, and since I'm on 12 minutes 40, the dragon could easily take 2 more minutes to perch and my sub 15 would have been ruined. I placed that bed because if it perched, I just wanted to go into it and not have to care about placing the first bed. And now I just have to wait for the dragon to perch. Luckily, she was very cooperative. I entered around the 12-minute mark and we're on 13:10, and she decided to perch, which actually caught me off guard because I didn't expect a diagonal perch, but that's okay because I totally nailed this 1 cycle. I had 8 beds and I only had to use 6 of them. So the feeling of joy at this moment was unbelievable. After like 14 hours or so of attempts, I finally made it in under 15 minutes. This was a very hard video to make, but it was worth it. I'm glad I did it. Now let's talk about hitting 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. This is all thanks to a short that blew up beyond my wildest expectations. So thank you so much to all my subscribers, whether you have been here a few days or 6 months. I really want to thank you. Have a very nice day. Bye.